In this video, I want to share 12 strategies that supported my recovery and healing from ME/CFS and fibromyalgia. So if you have those conditions, long COVID and related conditions, then check out this video. So I invite you to consider which of these 12 strategies would be useful for you to focus on for the next 7 days. You might just pick 1 to 3, whatever feels right for you. You might write it on a post-it note and put it somewhere where you can see it to remind you, and give yourself a little check for each day you do something to cultivate that strategy. So let me know which ones you recognize as I'm going through them might be useful for you to work on, and which 1 to 3 you're actually going to focus on. Remember, small changes can add up. As always, I share this with love. I'm sharing this to help you. You have to decide what is relevant to you and your situation. So use your judgment, trust yourself. So if you don't know me, my name's Simon Pimenta. I had ME/CFS and fibromyalgia for 8-9 years. At one point, I couldn't walk for 1 minute, and I did get back to work, back to life. And what helped me was mind, body, and practical strategies. So I create lots of content to help you move towards your goals. So do check out my YouTube channel. I've created playlists on a number of different topics. And just to be clear, I'm not giving medical advice. Okay, first strategy. I realized I had to be more kind to myself. I needed to treat myself with self-compassion. So this was very important, especially on the challenging days. If you have the belief that people should be treated with kindness and compassion, you are a person and you have no excuse to be hard on yourself. So speak to yourself as you would a friend. So the second one is fun. If you have a health challenge, that can squeeze the fun and joy out of life. So I had to find low energy activities to bring a bit of joy and fun into my life. One of them was playing the guitar, and I realized I neglected playing the guitar. So when I did pick it up, I would play for too long. I sat in this very chair playing the guitar when I had ME/CFS, played it for too long, and then I'd exhausted myself. That may have resulted in this subconscious belief that playing the guitar exhausts me. Actually, I just needed to play it for a short while. And there were times when I just was feeling kind of a bit fluey, and I just remember playing the piano for 5 minutes. And later on in the day, I felt better. And I think it's because I got out of my head, just let myself enjoy that experience for a few minutes. So it could be watching a light-hearted movie. I had to watch movies in little segments, maybe half an hour at a time, maybe an hour at a time. Might be listening to an audiobook or engaging in some creative hobby. As I say, just remember, doing fun things just for a few minutes can make a difference. Third thing I needed to do was set boundaries, both with others and myself. So for example, I had one friend whose timekeeping was really bad. So when we met up, he'd always arrive late. So I had to say to him, look, I am going to leave at a certain point. If we agree to meet in a certain time, I really appreciate it if you respect that. Okay. And I also had to set boundaries with myself. One of the things I had to really work on, and I still have to work on, is getting to bed at a time that works for me. Okay. If that's an issue for you, staying up too late and then paying for it with fatigue the next day, think about how you can encourage yourself to take more self-care in this area. So the fourth thing was connection. I had to find ways of connecting to others, taking into account my energy level at that point. So it might be having a conversation with the phone, but again, I had to make sure I didn't go on too long, which was my tendency. It might just be sending someone a text, letting them know I was thinking about them. And that made me feel good. Okay, so think about that. What are things you could do in that area? One thing I did with a friend a while back who's been unwell is we just did a crossword over Skype. You know, I had the clues, so I was reading them out, and it was just a really fun thing to do, and we didn't do it for too long. Number 5, embrace imperfection. Perfectionism is the enemy of joy. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. No one is. Perfectionism is a kind of limiting, fixed mindset. It comes with the kind of belief that mistakes are bad. I have to get things right. Otherwise, I'm not good enough. That's not true. Okay, we want to take a more playful approach, a more expansive approach. Adopt a growth mindset. The growth mindset tells us that we can learn. Mistakes are how we learn, and it's okay to make mistakes. Remember, you are still worthy of love, acceptance, and great things in your life, even if you're not perfect. So the sixth thing was that I really needed to optimize my bedtime. I know I mentioned this already, but this is important. So I had to find my sweet spot in terms of getting to bed at a time that works for me. And I was a person who would often stay up till midnight and always feel tired the next day. And I know now that, for instance, I've been pretty busy, and I know at the moment it really suits me to get to bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock. And, you know, like last night I got to bed at 9:30. I was awake at 6. And so I know that that was really good for me. As I say, often I work with people and they're going to bed late and they're dealing with the fatigue as a result of going to bed late. And some of them said they've changed their bedtime, they've gone to bed earlier, and they notice the difference. Now, I appreciate there might be other factors that are getting in the way of you getting to bed early. Maybe you're not tired, and maybe that's a kind of loop that you go to bed late, you wake up late, you know, etc. So the point is, the more we work on our sleep hygiene, the better. Okay, I have made videos on optimizing sleep. I will put the link below this video. Seventh thing I needed to learn was to really listen to my body. To listen to the signals when my body was telling me, oh, there's something about this situation that doesn't feel right. It might be the other person's behavior. It might be, I remember a while back, I was out and I just had this sense of, it's time to go home now. And in the past, I would have ignored that. On this occasion, I listened to that. And it just felt good. And it always feels good when I listen to that and just say, okay, it's time to go home. And I actually enjoy going to bed not feeling overtired. Okay. What I had to think about what I needed to do to really nourish myself in terms of nutrition, in terms of adjusting activities. If I was doing something, notice my energy drop. Then I had to pause and tune in. Okay, do I need to stop what I'm doing, do something different? And these are all strategies to support my well-being. Eighth strategy was thinking about when I had my last bite of food before I go to bed. Sleep researchers say that having a gap of at least 2 hours, but ideally 3 or 4, between your last bite of food and when you go to bed has a positive impact on your resting heart rate, and that impacts the quality of your sleep. So this is something that I'm working on. So for instance, at the moment I'm aiming to finish eating by 7 o'clock and aiming to go to bed by 9:30. I will try and get that even earlier, maybe to 6:30, but that's what I'm aiming for at the moment. Number 9, catch limiting thinking. Our thinking brain isn't always reliable. So I realized I don't have to believe everything I say to myself, and I need to question what I'm saying to myself. I did make a short video on this, how to deal with our thinking, and it's only 3.5 minutes. And it's, if you notice that you're having unhelpful thoughts or limiting thoughts that are causing you discomfort, this simple, powerful strategy that I learned from a chap called Stephen Brooks, who's a hypnotherapist and Buddhist, was really helpful. Link below this video. 10th thing I needed to do was find my tribe. I needed to find people around me who got me and supported me. And when I got ME/CFS, we didn't have all these Facebook groups that we have now. So consider, is that something that you need also, to find a tribe of people? And so, for example, as I started getting better. I was able to start going out to social events, and it was just a really nice thing to do, to be amongst a group of people who are quite chilled, and even when I said, I've got fatigue, they were pretty chilled about that. Okay, so you deserve to be surrounded by allies. Okay, remember, you are freaking awesome. Tell yourself that on a daily basis. If you like, join my Facebook group, link below this video. Strategy 11 is releasing emotions. We need to release our emotions. And there are many ways of doing this. It might be jumping up, down, shaking, making noise, journaling, talking to a trusted person, doing gentle movement. These things can help us process and release the emotions stored in our body. So consider, what is it for you? What's a way for you that you find helps you get those emotions out of your system? It's a big topic. When I teach people the Mind-Body Reconnect, which is an approach that helps us get our emotional brain and thinking brain working well together, really teaching people how to identify their emotions, acknowledge their emotions, accept their emotions, feel their emotions, process their emotions, and take appropriate action, which might include expressing emotions appropriately. And when I learned to do this, it was a game changer, because there was a time when it was very difficult for me to actually identify my emotions, because I was so good at ignoring them. So, if you'd like to know more about the Mind-Body Reconnect, comment the word PDF and I will share the link where you can download the PDF and a video that goes into a little bit more depth about the approach. I've had people watch that video and say, wow, that's really helped me just watching that video. So comment PDF if you'd like that. Strategy 12 is appropriate movement. I realized that my body needed movement at the right amount at the right time. Okay, so if you're limited at the moment, you can start with visualization. We know from research that visualization strengthens muscles. And then you can slowly build up your activity in a very gentle way. Okay, we want to cultivate this feeling that I'm safe doing this. So if that means just taking small steps, then that's a great approach. I've made more videos where I talk about approaching activity and movement, so do check out my YouTube channel, check out the playlists. In relation to doing activity, if you do notice that you do an activity and then experience payback, consider, is the payback post-exertional malaise, i.e. a direct result of doing the activity, or is there something else going on? The answer is quite possibly. I made a video, is post-exertional malaise the correct explanation? If you'd like to watch that video, link below. And in that video I explore what post-exertional malaise is, other factors that may contribute to the payback, and strategies to reduce the payback. So this is a video that I would have loved to have seen when I had ME/CFS. So I'm making content that I would find helpful, that I hope you find helpful. So, as I say, let me know which of those strategies would be useful for you to focus on just for the next 7 days. So if you found this video helpful, do leave a comment, do leave a like, do share with others. If you leave a comment, it helps others find the video, so I really appreciate that. And do subscribe if you haven't done already, hit the notification button and you'll be notified when I release a new video. If you want help now, you're welcome, as I say, to join my Facebook group. I post tips and comments every day. If you want more direct help, I twice a month do resilience group coaching. The next session, as I speak, is this coming Wednesday, and I do 2 of those a month. There's no charge. You are welcome to make a donation. So if you like details, comment group below. If you want one-to-one help, then you're welcome to have a no obligation free chat just comment chat below and we'll explore what you need and whether we're a good fit and whether it would be useful for us to work together. If you decide that we're not, that's fine. I don't take offense. All right, there's no pressure. So as I say, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do join my Facebook group for resilience builders. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram. If you've got any questions, then get in touch. Dare to dream big dreams. Keep going. You've got this. Wishing you great health. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye for now.